Welcome to day 4 of Scratch, and today we're going to be creating a dragon chase game, or really whatever you want to chase something else. So looking at the directions for Swanigan Day 4 Dragon Chase, we're going to add a sprite to be chased. I'm going to use a knight. We're going to add a sprite that is doing the chasing. I'm going to use a dragon. So back in here, create a new game. I'm going to change its name to Dragon Chase. Go find my sprites. So there's my dragon. I don't see it right away. I don't want to keep looking, so there's my knight. My dragon's way too big. Now my knight is way too big. And I need to get rid of the cat. Yeah, I think I got those a little backwards. So the knight is going to be a 30. The dragon is going to be an 80. Alright. That's probably a little too big. Let's go 40. So the dragon is trying to catch my knight. Now before we even look back at the directions, we know that we're going to need a backdrop. So I think I want a fantasy something. That looks good. You can chase him around a castle with humans in the background. And we know that everything's going to have to start in a certain place. So I'm on my knight. When start is clicked, I want him to go there. When my dragon is clicked, or when start is clicked for my dragon, he's going to go there. And if I go to looks, I want my backdrop to be Castle 4. So if I move them real quick, make sure they go back to normal when I hit start. Wonderful. Code the knight to run away from the dragon. So here's my knight. I have to do, when start is clicked, I need him to run away. So let's go back to motion. And we're going to look and say, how can I get him away from the dragon? Well, this looks a little promising where it says point towards mouse pointer. So if I go to my dragon, because the dragon's going to have to chase the knight, and I'm going to go and say forever point towards knight. Now, how is he going to move towards the knight? We have to go back to motion and say, do I want to have to move him? Do I want to control the dragon, or do I want to control the knight? And I think I want to control the knight. So forever point towards knight, and I want him to glide to the knight. Now 1 second, that's pretty quick. He's going to catch my guy, and I kind of want to keep my knight alive, so I'm going to go 3 seconds. Let's check that. Okay, so it took him 3 seconds to get the knight. He stopped gliding once he got there. So, if I look at my directions, the dragon's chasing, oh, that says turkey. I'll change that to knight. So, the dragon's going to chase the knight after a 1 second head start. I forgot that part. So, we'll go to, wait 1 second. So, forever point towards the knight, but now he's going to wait 1 second every time. So I'm actually going to take that and put him up here so that my 1 second is not in my forever loop, where it's forever always going to wait that 1 second. Still need to figure out how to get my knight to have control, right? So let's go back to the knight, and I want to control him. So I'm going to say when start is clicked, if, and I'm going to push some buttons, right? So I want him to change X by 10 if I touch, or if I not my key space, my right arrow. I'm going to duplicate that, change it to my left arrow, and -10. And now I also want to be able to move up and down on my screen. So I'm going to duplicate this again, and I'm going to say that if my up arrow is pressed, I don't want to change X anymore, now I want to change Y. Let's go back to motion. And then I'm going to duplicate that one. So my down and a negative. And I want that to happen anytime that I press those buttons. So I'm going to put the whole thing in my forever loop, and then I'm going to test it. So the dragon's coming after me, but now we need to know what needs to happen if the dragon catches me. So just like we did with Abby and the apple, or with the egg that hit the glasses of water, we need to tell the dragon and the knight what to do if they touch. Now the directions say that we need to use a countdown score of lives. Last time we did a variable where we did rename the variable, we're going to name that lives, and we're going to set it to 5. And then before, we changed the score by +1, but now we want the lives to go away. So now we have when start is clicked, and we'll need a forever, if the knight, and that's the code we're on right now, is the knight, if he touches the dragon, we need to take away a life. We don't want to set the lives to 5 every time he touches the dragon, or it's just going to keep flipping between 5 and 4. We need to set lives to 5 to be when start is clicked. And we need to show that variable. So let's see what we got. My score shows up. Oh, the dragon bit me, and then he touched me for so long that the lives went negative. So, what I want you to do is figure out a way to make it so that if the lives hit 0, you get a game over. And make it so that when the knight and the dragon touch, you only lose 1 life. It needs to be something like this. Okay, so try those 2 things. Let me know if you have questions.